Hello everyone and welcome back to my morning report charts process on Tuesday the 18th of October with me, Pair Market Analyst at Hantec Markets. Moving on to my FX Trade of the Year instruments now for week 3. We've got Euro, Dollar, Dollar, CAD, Euro, Yen, CAD, Yen, Dollar, Lira, DAX, Gold and Wheat. So let's have a look at Euro Dollar first up. Euro Dollar's bounced. I don't think it's necessarily going to bounce for long. I think rallies are still going to be seen as a chance to sell. This big breakdown below 110.50 is now the basis of resistance. 110.50, sort of 110.60 perhaps. It's a great selling opportunity, I think, if you see it. I don't really see these momentum indicators as sort of suggesting that there's going to be a sustainable rally. I still think there's going to be further weakness in this one. Looking on the hourly chart. Sterling. Sorry. Looking on the hourly chart, I think you've seen that recovery, which is not really showing too much. You've got the hourly indicators, which are beginning to roll over, showing a little bit less sort of strength. 110.25, the overnight high, hasn't been sort of beaten yet. I think generally speaking, sort of between here and 110.60, I think is a chance to sell. So let's look at the CAD, which has been falling, and it continues to fall. Actually, the dollar is under a bit of a correction, and certainly CAD has sort of reflected in that. Sorry, didn't put the equals in. That would have been helpful. And you've got this sort of little uptrend that's been broken. You've got 4 bear candles in a row. That bear candle yesterday pretty much hit the resistance of the old uptrend and fell away, and it's continued to fall back. I think 1.3 is well within the realms of possibility. You've got the momentum indicators, which are increasingly corrective, and I think rallies are a chance to sell on that. Euro Yen has rallied back to the downtrend, which you can see best on here on the hourly. It has been sort of moving sideways in the last sort of week or so in this range, but this downtrend, which still I think remains a key factor in this chart. That downtrend comes in around sort of 114.75 area. I think looking at the hourly RSI, again back towards that 60 level, at which point the market sort of failed in recent days. Stochastics begin to roll over. Is this another selling opportunity? I think it might be. CAD Yen has been on a bit of a rally actually, and it continues to pull higher. Look at on the daily chart, you can see it better. JPY, this rally, and it sort of pulled back to 78.90 and used that as the basis of support yesterday. That was the breakout 78.90 that we saw on Friday. That held the support yesterday and has pulled back up from that again. I think that this was one that's on a bit of a run higher, maybe towards 80.28, retest that September high, but certainly I think little corrections are a chance to buy, and 78.90 would be ideal. Dollar Turkish Lira has been rallying with this dollar strength. The question is that the candles are less strong to the upside than they have been previously. 1, 2, 3 neutral candles in a row, followed by a little bit of a disappointment actually. 3.11.20 was the high yesterday. That was under 3.11.30, which was last week's high. A little bit of a sort of a slightly bearish candle today, but again only mildly. Momentum indicators still positively configured, yes, but yeah, just a little bit of more cautious really. There's a slight near-term support at 308.60 area, and that sort of protects and move back towards 306.85, which is a basis of support. So just a near-term, very slight consolidation. Be interested to see if that can regain the initiative. German DAX has sorry, wrong code. GDAX. German DAX has regained a bit of an upside initiative, pushed higher today above the initial resistance that was sort of holding 105.60, 10.560 area, and it's actually now pulled out above 10.615. Interesting, this is on a run, that's regained and getting stronger. So the bulls are really pulling higher today, 120 ticks higher on the day, pulling out above last Friday's high. 10615, and that now reopens this lower high at 10692. Now that is a key near-term level, certainly. .GDAXI, and if that were to be broken, then that would sort of re-engage, I think, the bulls, because you've got a sequence here of lower highs, and 10692 is that near-term key level. So it'll be interesting to see if the bulls can continue this one higher. Gold has been ranging, is beginning to gain a bit of traction. 1262. That's above 1261.70, which I can show you on this chart on the hourly, which was a near-term little bit of a resistance above that resistance there. Sorry, unfortunately, because of the way this chart does work, you've got to sort of mess around with it a bit, but still 1265 clearly is a resistance. Now that would be a breakout, I think, if you saw it. You've seen the hourly, the daily chart RSI pulling above 30. Now I'd want to see the MACD lines and the stochastics doing a similar sort of move. Hasn't done that yet, so I'm not getting massively excited about this, but beginning to see a bit of a recovery. If you saw a sort of breakout, you could measure arguably sort of 1247 up towards 1265, $18 higher. Again, that would be sort of 1283. That would be above 1277, which is this rebound high. But it'd be interesting to see how far this rally can go if it does, because I still think ultimately this one could well turn lower. Now wheat is WZ6 on my chart, and rally little corrections are a chance to buy. Momentum indicator is still positive. You've got a nice breakout above 412, which was a bit of a base pattern. Held that break, pulled higher. Little corrections are a chance to buy. It's still pushing out higher. WZ6. Again, your MT4 chart codes are different to that. But a little bit of consolidation, you could argue, but I still think this is going to be unwound into a nice little buying opportunity between sort of 420 and 416, which is the reaction yesterday. But 420 to 416, nice little band of support. I think that's a buying opportunity. So I wish you good luck in your trading today, and I will speak to you later. Thank you.